but I'm completely broken. I think this is like my 6th tap now. It's always the most enjoyable, exciting, exhilarating, unofficial bike race of the year. I'm standing alongside 17,000 other participants this morning at 6 AM right now. On today's menu, we've got just under 160k today, with no less than 5 categorized climbs. With the final climb of about 15 kilometers, the horse category climbed the highest rated category of climb up to the finish line. It's around 15 kilometers. No doubt it's going to be a hard day. And because of my results in the past years, I'm in the first 1,000 people, so I'm setting off first. And I think my tactics are, as ever, hang with the fast guys for as long as I possibly can until I undoubtedly blow up, and then suffer my way through to the finish line. As you're about to find out, my prediction before the start wasn't too far wrong from the truth. So I started at the back of the front group, which means we've got about 1,000 people in front of me. I've got 18 kilometers to make up as much room as I can before the first categorized climb. So the first 15k has been, I think, grippy is a good word to use to describe it. I've not put myself in the red yet, but you know, I'm definitely going a bit harder than I'd like to this soon into the ride. Got about 5k before the first actual proper climb. We have been climbing a fair bit already. Trying to be conscious and be mindful not to spend all my pennies at once. And now we're climbing the first climb of the day. It's the 3rd category climb, and it's the easiest climb of the day. One down, 4 to go. Almost immediately after that descent, we started the second climb. This one's 7 kilometers at 7.5% average. It's a category 1. And looking at the profile, we've got three big climbs in quick succession, a bit of a gap, and then the final 2. Got a decent group here I'm trying to hang with, and we're inside the final K before we get to the top. We're already about 2 kilometers from the top of the 3rd climb, starting to suffer now. I'm still managed to hang with this group, but after this climb we've got a decent 40k before the next one. So I'm just going to try and hang in here and recover as much as I can after the descent. So I think this was a turning point for me in the ride. I managed to get this far in just muscle memory and years of cycling, but my fitness in this moment really isn't great, and after 80k and 2,000 meters of climbing so far, it's starting to show. The best bit about climbing is what goes up. There's the top. Must go down. I always forget how good this event is purely for the fact that you get to descend on closed roads. It's just like unlike anything else you could ever do. 2 hours of riding, we've got about 95k to go. We're in this middle section now where it's sort of just rolling up and down until we get to the next categorized climb at about 110k. Group of about 30 here, just pushing a decent tempo. So I'm gonna sit here, I think, and try and ride along with these boys. The sun's pretty much risen now, it's starting to get pretty hot. I'm almost out of water, but we've got a feed station at about 95k just before the 4th climb, which I'm probably gonna have to stop at, refill my bottles. Dehydration is the last thing I want on a day like today. With that brutal climb up to the finish, we've basically had like a fast tailwind descent for the past, I don't know, 20 kilometers or so, where I've not really had to pedal. Legs are falling asleep a little bit, gonna try and pedal, find them again before this last 2 climbs start. Otherwise, we're gonna be in a bad place. Right over there in the distance, there is snow. I don't mind climbing up high, but snow, I'm not prepared for snow.
ISO, allez, courage. Oh, ISO, énergisant, de l'eau.
Ouais, de l'eau sur
Oh, de l'eau. Ouais, vas-y. Vous avez juste pas le droit de partir avec les bouteilles.
Merci beaucoup.
Allez, courage, soyez forts les gars.
Merci. Don't know how long that took me, but it felt pretty quick. I'm back on the road, heading to the climbs, heading to the mountains. 14k, the longest climb of the day. Try and pace myself a little bit, so I blow up and I save something for the final climb. This is where things went from bad to worse. I don't know if it's the stopping at the bottom, the long descent before, or just the fact that I'm tremendously unfit, but I'm completely broken. We're at 4k from the top of this climb, got a bit of a descent, then we're on to the final Rose category climb. Oh my god, I've not felt this awful riding a bike in a long time. Maybe coming into this event unfit was not the right idea. I wouldn't be telling lies if I told you morale was at an all-time low here. We'd done about 140 kilometers. We had one big climb, the horse category climb, up to Morzine to finish. We only had 20 kilometers left to go, but it felt like a lifetime away. I managed to stop at the top of the penultimate climb at the final feed zone to try and just find something, anything, to perk me back up, raise my sugar level, and get me to the finish line. Despite the suffering that I've been going through today, I will never ever get bored of cycling in France. The views, the roads, everything about it, it's just incredible. This climb's 11k at 8.5% average. It's the hardest climb of the day, horse category. Okay, I still feel awful, still feel sick, still feel dizzy, still feel like I want to throw up. But actually I feel a little bit better than I did on the previous climb. I think it's because I didn't stop this time. Oh, 9k to go. And I just kept with the momentum pedaling. The bottles are full, so we didn't need to stop. But I'm not gonna push on too hard. We've still got 9k to go. And there is points in this climb where it kicks up quite steep. But with every pedal stroke, we are making our way up the Col de Jour Plan. Probably butchered the pronunciation, but I'm too tired to care. All right, let's get it. Every kilometer we've got these little signs at the side of the road to tell us the kilometer ahead, the average gradient, the elevation gained, and sometimes they're your best friend, and sometimes they crack you. The last one just cracked me. The next K is at 10% average. Anything in double figures ain't good for me. But nonetheless, we're another K down, another K closer to the top. Ah oui, 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 merci.
Ouais.
Hey, oh, woo. In the last few meters, I'm in a world of pain, undescribable pain. I have been bitten by the French heat. But we have officially made it to the top. I am not going to be sprinting for the line. No way, Jose. Oh my god, that was so hard. It's about 30-something degrees. However, we made it to the top. We've just got 13 kilometers going downhill now until we get to Morzine, and I am going to enjoy every second of this. I think I'm going to petition for there to be watermelon at the end of every cycling event. This is the most refreshing thing in the entire world.